Right, Daniel Murphy, I want to take a look at this oak stump, the failed hinge on this stump. So let's just take a closer look what we got here. We're like 14 and a half, 15 inches here in diameter. And I got about 6 inches up front, 5.5 inches out back, and the hinge itself is like 4 inches wide there, closer to 5 over here. So why did I cut the hinge like that? I needed as much control from this hinge as possible. You know, normally they'll talk about putting the notch, the depth of the notch, a third of the way through the trunk. Well, I wanted this hinge in the middle of the trunk. So I was going full side to side, so I got as much fiber in that hinge as possible, side to side. There was a big back limb on this oak that was hanging up. The tips were touching this other tree in back, and so the tips were locked up, and I knew I was going to need a lot of control and force to be able to pull that through there without the hinge failing. The other thing is I had a couple of lines set and tied off to a skid loader that weighs over 8,000 pounds, so I knew I had plenty of force. That's one of the problems with a hinge this big, is how difficult it is to actually break the hinge. So because I had enough force involved with the skid loader, I knew I could leave a fat one like this. So, and you can just see from the whiskers here, it's almost like heavy whiskers throughout. Some of these things are, and that's got to be a foot long. That's 14 inches there. So that shows that there was just a lot of control from the hinge here. And you might also ask why I cut it high. If you look at the color of this heartwood here, there's a fence growing through the thing right up to about here, and I just went a little higher to make sure we were past all that metal. So again, 4.5 inches on the width of the hinge, and side to side, I guess we're a little bit over 15 on this side. We're more like 17 over here. So if it was 16, that would be a quarter. I mean, definitely well over 20%, closer to 30% of the diameter for the hinge here, and full side to side. Hope that makes sense to you. Thanks for watching. Again, very special circumstances, and let me know.